What law, what program, what plan would be considered out of bounds for the federal government? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they love it that way because this gives them the power to reward their friends and punish their enemies. You see them on C-SPAN sitting there lecturing businessmen on what their customers want, as though the businessmen cannot possibly figure out on their own how to treat their customers or their employees, and they need somebody sitting there in Washington who's never been in business in his life to tell them what they should do for their customers and their employees. I mean, it's ludicrous, but it goes on every day, and to think that it should be otherwise is somehow some kind of an extremist position. But it isn't. It really comes back to who should run your life, you or Al Gore or George Bush or Bill Clinton or whoever. Now, you're going to make mistakes, but when you make mistakes, you'll learn from them. When they make mistakes, they just double the budget. They just increase their power to cover up the mistakes that they've made, and you suffer for it. You pay for it. The problem is not the abuse of power, it's the power to abuse. If government is big and government can reward its friends and punish its enemies, then everybody's going to be showering money on it, trying to get on the good side of government rather than the bad side. But if government doesn't have that power, if the politicians can't do anything to tamper with your life, then people are going to be uninterested in slipping money under the table to politicians. P.J. O'Rourke said that when the legislature sets the rules for buying and selling, the first things to be bought and sold will be the legislators. and that's entirely true. So let's take the power to set those rules away from them, and they will no longer be bought and sold. That when you imagine a law that's going to solve some social problem, and you think, well, we will punish these people and we'll let these people be free and so forth, and I figured it out exactly so that the law will do exactly what I want, no more. That law is going to be fashioned by people in Washington who are going to do so in accordance with those who have the most political influence. And it will never be you or me. You are never going to be wealthy enough, strong enough, powerful enough to be able to get your laws passed. And just asking for those laws is giving the politicians the power to fashion those laws in accordance with those who have far more political influence than you do. And so you may wind up with the exact opposite of what you expected when you said, we need this